Hi, welcome back to the channel. This week I'm going to try talking as I go through the project as opposed to adding the voice at the end. Hopefully it makes things sound a little bit more natural and is slightly easier in the editing. So today's project, we're going to take a beautiful log of yew and try and create a hollow form from it. Now this was from a larger piece which I've just cut down, but as you can see it's got spectacular grain. It's got a beautiful figure in the wood, so hopefully the hollow form is going to make the best out of this. What I'm intending is this to be the base and this to be the top. So the first point is to try and get it mounted to a lathe in a secure way. So I'm going to use the worm screw, and to do that I'm going to need to drill a hole in the top to mount it, but also leave a flat area so I can secure it properly. Right, I'm just going to eyeball what I believe to be the centre and then measure it, because that's the best way to do things. It's about 15 centimetres across, so 7, yeah, I wasn't far off. I'll give that a go. I've got just a shade over a 2-inch Forstner bit, which I'm going to drill down, which will give me a nice flat surface. Hopefully I can hold it steady enough on here to turn it properly without having to dig out my drill press. Just touch it through there. Lock that in. Bring it up. Lock that off. Right, standing well back. Just keep the speed down low. Right, it's going to wobble a bit at the start. I think it could have been just this size, just a little bit heavier. So the first start of the turning is going to be a little bit hairy, but I'm sure we can manage it. So right, I'm going to go and sharpen up the tools, and then we'll get some turning done. Okay, we're just about ready to start. I've sharpened up a few gouges ready. Now one thing I put on the lathe, notice that there's a couple of cracks, well, possible cracks in the wood, which there you can see one there which just goes in about 3 centimetres, and a couple of light ones. So I'll just keep an eye on those as we're turning. We may have to fill them. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. Right, face shield on. Let's get some of this side off. As you can see, it's touching there, very much there, very much there, which I think is where the main problem is. This is quite a dry bit of yew, so it's not quite as yielding as it would normally be. I think it had been dry stored for about 15 years, so it's the moisture content, I did measure it when I cut it in half, and the inside and the centre was still only about 8%, so it is a very dry bit of wood. If I get the reciprocating saw out and just take off these edges, especially from this side, that helps with the balance. Okay, I'm going across at 45 with my handsaw, so see if this helps us get started. Alright, we're starting to be able to get the speed up to something a little bit more respectable, which is going to make life an awful lot easier. Moving on, so we'll have a quick, oh my goodness, got another split going across there. That's the one we sealed. We sealed these two. We haven't done anything with this one yet, but I think we'll be fine. I think I'm going to move the camera to a slightly more better view for you guys. Right, I've had my lunch. While I was in there, I was just thinking a bit more about the design of this. It's never too late to change your mind. So what I'm going to think about doing is just taking this neck a little bit narrower, because at the moment it just seems to me just a little bit unrefined. I've got this dark patch here, which I'm not particularly happy about, so I'm going to try and work way down from that point and take it in a couple of centimetres from each side. Well, it's not ideal, but it'll work. Right, marker placed on the bottom here for the tenon. Before I take this off, I'm just going to give it a quick sand over down to about 240 before I turn it around. But sorry, before I take the tailstock off and right, we've got a crack running across the bottom, side to side, which means if I do go ahead with the internal mount, when I enlarge the jaws to put it in, there's a very good chance that that is going to open up. So I either glue it or quickly change the design again and go for an external one. What to do? How easy is it going to be to glue? I think I'm going to glue it because I like the foot on that. I don't want to glue it in situ because it's going to this is going to be fun. I don't want to glue it in situ because it's I'll use a thinner rod. Come on. Oh, thank you. So glue it in situ, there's a chance it's just going to run everywhere and ruin things, so excuse me for a second while I just, there you can see what I mean by the bottom, the cracks on there. Okay, I've changed the position a bit so we can have a look at what I'm going to do next. Let's turn this. I'm trying to create a nice open flute. Top's here is a bit gammy, so we need to have a nice transition. I'm going to go to a smaller bowl gouge and just start putting this in. Right, well, we're back again. I've glued up the crack in the base, put it back in, tightened it back up, took it back out again because there was another crack in the base, glued it up, put it back in, centred it. The famous last words, I think we're ready to start again. As you can imagine, there's a reasonable amount of glue and sludge around this base, so I'm just going to spend a couple of quick seconds before I take this tailstock out just to clean up the base with my scraper. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Right, I know I said at the start that this was going to be a hollow form, but if this continues to be a complete pain, which I'm fairly certain it is, then I'm just going to get away with what I can. So hollow form for the moment is off the table. Let's just be very happy with actually producing something at the end. Right. Very carefully. We'll continue. Got two choices here. I've signed up to 400, which is going to have to do for this piece. And cleaning up the base, I either take it off, glue it, and then spend a little while sanding it, or I part it off a few mil above where the problem starts. So anyway, I'm going to oil this, and then we'll see. I'm giving it a spray off with the air. not going to bother with any sealer. I'm just going straight for some boiled linseed oil. Wow. That's quite pretty. Right, well I'm going to sort out this base now, and then I'll bring you back for the beauty shots. Okay. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please feel free to like and subscribe. I can't promise that all turnings will go smoother than this, but I can guarantee that I will take you through for the journey, however they turn out. Apart from that, thank you very much indeed. See you in the next one.